Hi everyone, hi Nick. I'm back with a completed journal, just finished it just now. Had a couple of people message me and ask if I was going to do a Valentine's journal this year. I wasn't planning on it, but since a couple people asked, I decided to throw one together anyway. So this is what I came up with. It's a soft cover, single signature. It's pretty chunky, and I'm sorry about the shadow. No matter where I go in the room right now, there is going to be sun. It's really sunny out, which is great for it's warm in here, so it's great for my legs, but not so great for filming. But this is it's a soft cover, single signature. The cover is just a scrap piece of cardstock, and then I covered it with some Valentine fabric. That's some really teeny tiny white hearts that I had in my stash, and it's sewn on. The spine is 3 layers of vintage lace. There's one width that's really wide, and then there's a double width of another scallopy one, and then a little narrow one to cover up all the seams. And the closure is just some white seam binding. I wanted to use some wide stretchy lace, but it wouldn't fit through the hole, and it ripped out the eyelet, so I had to go with this. I decided not to put an image on the cover. I was going to, but then I got looking at it and decided I liked it the way it was, so I left it. Let's see. There's vintage trims and Hobby Lobby trim in there, and I put some little bead charms and some Valentine-y sort of charms on the edges of the pages. Printables are either out of my stash or Tsunami Rose. I used some of her big elements as pages. Guess we'll just just dive in. This is another Valentine fabric that I used for the inside, front, and back cover, and I did trim it all with Nan's Pinkers, as I usually do. I did a little bit of stamping with a script stamp, with corner pockets made out of some Valentine paper. This is Tsunami Rose. I used a little bit of Ephemera's Vintage Garden, which is that one, and then I scrounged through my vintage photographs and found some couples, and this is one of them, and the date on the back is 11/8 of 42. I don't know if you can see that or not. So he's obviously in uniform, so he's probably heading off to the war. And that's one of the little beads. This is vintage lace. Did a couple of very simple altered paper clips. This is Ephemera's Vintage Garden. I'm going to try to go fast before the sun gets too far around here. And as a guest check with just a fabric ruffle and a Tsunami Rose Valentine ticket. This is just one of the little tiny paper clips, clothespins, and I just put a little heart on it. And I used some Tim Holtz flashcards in sort of Valentine or love words. It's a textbook. This is just a side tuck. I made some tags out of some fairly lightweight cream cardstock, because I got it lightweight because I wanted to run it through the printer. And I did some stamping on there. These open up. I'll open one, but I'm not going to open them all. So these just open. These open out. Some of them are sewn, so some open out this way and some just open like that. So you can journal. This will take me forever if I open every single one of these. And then that tucks in there, and then this fell off, which is tucked around on the other side. That tucked in there. This is just a circle out of some Valentine fabric. I just sewed in the signature. Some tracing paper, which is glued. Come on, there you go. Some tracing paper, some vintage magazine, just with some couples. Lots of room to journal. I did some torn book page pockets. This is double book page sewn together to give it a little more oomph. And I just put a rosette on that one. And some Valentine images. That's from this vintage garden. And this is a vintage game sheet. It's a perpetual calendar. It's just paper clipped on. And a Valentine theme. It's on a blue book cover. Encyclopedia. It's another charm. That one says I love you. A fabric pocket with just some layering and some a Tim Holtz couple. A telegram. And a large journaling sheet. Some calendar. Some more magazine. Graph paper, fold out, a top tuck, the Valentine image there, and some Tsunami Rose ephemera that I printed off on some ledger. Notebook paper, coloring book, doily, stationery. This is just a glassine bag, and this Tsunami Rose image that I stitched onto some Valentine paper, and it's hinged so you can journal underneath. And in it is a letter during or right after World War II to this gentleman to his wife. So I have one from him to her and one from her to him, and this was from March of 1945. Map, ledger, another bead dangle, another corner pocket. Ooh, I gotta hurry. Some Valentine image, another tag, and then there's another couple. This is grid paper. It's another side pocket, and this just opens this way because it's sewn together. And in there is a large tag, and that's Ephemeris Vintage Garden. And then I also pinned a little bag with some out of the sun, some buttons, some vintage silk, some sparkly beads, a couple paper clips, a little heart cut out. That just pins on there. Stationery, vintage magazine, that's from the 70s. It's catalog. Book page. It's the center of the signature. I just put a couple of hearts, heart charms. Fairly flat ones so they don't get in your way. It's another fabric pocket. Another side tuck. A Tim Holtz flashcard. A couple tickets here. Top tuck. A piece of ephemera printed on some graph paper. Tag. This is just some Valentine paper. It's 3 sheets there, and it's just punched through the page and tied on with this sari silk. And it's Ephemeris Vintage Garden, and another one of these little clothespins. Some more map. Another book page pocket. large journaling sheet, another tag, and this image here. Our coloring book and notebook paper. I have another mason jar. Another Valentine postcard. And another couple. Another fold out. The pearls on these are vintage. I think they're just pearl beads. They're not actual pearls, but they're vintage pearl beads from probably my great aunt Louisa. It's just a journal sheet, paper clipped onto the graph paper. It's another paper clip. Magazine. It's just a envelope. This all comes off. So does the doily. The envelope has a journal sheet. And that's just all just pinned, paper clipped onto there. That could easily be used as a double tuck. Another corner pocket with some more ephemera printed on ledger. Another Valentine postcard and another tag that I made. It's just a little envelope with nothing in it. Just made that. It's a die. Another book page pocket with another telegram, some more ephemera printed on graph paper, and that is Ephemera's Vintage Garden. Magazine, tracing paper, some more fabric, another side tuck that opens all out, some more ephemera, and another flash card. The other blessing bag. It folds out, and here's the other letter. This one didn't have an envelope, but it's chewed good size. This was from August 19th, 1945. The paper is really thin. It's what they used to use for airmail, and I skimmed through it, and she mentions MacArthur and Army of Occupation, and wishing that the boys could come home. So it's really cool if you're into history at all, which I certainly am. And this is the last page, and I had a little boo-boo. It got caught in with the eyelet. So if you want to take it off, you can, because it is printed on the other side. But if you want to leave it, whoever gets it can leave it, or you can pull it off. I just left it. So that is that. And this will be in the shop, Pumpkin Patch Journals. You can hop on over there and check it out if you're interested. And as always, if you have any questions or requests, I do take custom orders. Always have, still do. So if you have any requests that you want to make sure that you get, can message me through the shop, and I would be glad to do that. Or no, you can just send me a message, and I can make it, and then keep your fingers crossed. And if you have any questions, also, please don't hesitate to ask. And I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.